It's Dara, and I'm late for Tonic Tuesday, but better late than never. Let me tell you, it was some kind of night. It was some kind of day yesterday, and we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna make a tonic with just hot water, and I'm gonna open up one of my packets. We're gonna decide which one, or maybe two, mix them together, and we're gonna have the easiest tonic so we can sit and have a tonic talk. Because last night was a perfect example of how our bodies try to tell us something, and instead of masking what's going on, sometimes it's okay to just stay and suffer, and so you can figure out what's wrong. Hey Erin, hey Ani, honey. I know you're decluttering like wildfire. I saw your post on More with Dara. One Girl Circus, your real name is Karen. Hi Karen. Wild day, wild day. Hi Liz, Miss Integrity here. So integrity. I gotta tell you, it's a mess. It looks really cute here, and it's a mess over there. And I'm gonna explain what has gone down. Happy new moon in Gemini, set intention, saging, burning white candles. How lovely. I needed this. John G, I've missed you. And Sarah, I've needed this time today. I needed this time badly. I was supposed to be in flight right now to Florida, and I had a rip-roaring headache, like the kind of headache that makes you nauseous. I think they call it migraines, but it was wild. It was like pounding, horrible. I picked up on OPE, other people's energy yesterday, not from my intuitive readings, although I really give it up when I do those. Like, I'm there and I'm helping. It was the city inspection of my house that put me over the edge. It's still not done. In the city of Los Angeles, city inspectors every 5 years come to make sure, if you're a landlord, I have 2 apartments below, that everything is right, down to the caulking of the tub, to the, now they found, it's been inspected like 3 or 4 times because I was in violation, blah, blah, blah. And now they started picking on the fact that I had a copper plumbing run up the house to water my geraniums. Isn't that crazy? No, it's crazy. So this man was like annoyed, and it was just not a good scene. So I ended up with a headache. But here's the thing. What happened was, let's make our tonic. You know, I'm going to tell you all about what I have in front of me because it's super exciting. I have all of these boxes from Four Sigmatic. Golden Latte Mushroom Mix with shiitake and turmeric. Lion's Mane Focus with Lion's Mane. Mushroom Hot Cacao Mix. This is a Revive one with cordyceps, and they have a chill one with reishi. And I have to decide what I feel like and what I want. Usually it's just intuitive, but I have all these to choose from. Be Well with Chaga. You can't go wrong with Chaga. Chaga's like the most healing. And I'm a big fan of reishi. Reishi, chill with reishi. Chai Latte Mushroom Mix. I'm gonna guess this one has a, no caffeine. That's really nice. So you get to have the chai flavor without the caffeine. Guard Your Gut with turkey tail and reishi. That might be the one. And this is like a warm hug from Grandma. Mushroom Hot Cacao Mix. This one's with reishi. I think there's one more. Yeah, let me get it. There's a lot of things more. They have so many things. I'll be right there. They have so many. They have this 10 mushroom blend they did in a, oh no, we have low power. I think I better go get my extension cord. So they have, they have 10 mushroom blend in a tin. That's nice. And then they have a superfood blend for beauty. That's really nice. And this is the one I was going to have this morning, Revive with Cordyceps, which I think I need after last night. So now you saw that, and I'm just going to mix one, then we're going to talk. I'm going to see what everybody's saying. Chaga and reishi. It is so nice, humming Pathfinder, to see John G. Oh, now you're doing your tonics every day, John. I'm so glad. Oh, Sarah, you've called me in. I'm here too. I'm here too. I'm glad you're here too. So, Liz has decluttered. Hey, happy days. So now we have our hot water, which is still hot. I have this massive mug. It's only like 8 ounces full, but I could have a big bad boy in this. I got this from Simple's Tonics. And now, since I wanted cordyceps, I'm going to go for the cordyceps. But I can mix the cordyceps one with a chocolate one with a hot cacao, which I might do. I might have reishi, because this is a big cup of water. So sometimes 2 packets will do. You don't need to. So let's try it. So you guys, so last night, I had this rip-roaring headache. It was like horrible, horrible headache. And I decided, do you think I should get my extension cord so we don't run the risk of being cut off? These are so convenient for travel. I've got all these boxes. You can use DARA for your discount code. And I am so happy they came here in time for travel because I'm going to be going to Florida tomorrow. And I was supposed to be on flight today. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, but when I went to sleep last night, I had a headache. I finally fell asleep. And then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning with a headache. And by 5:30, I was like, I'm not going to Florida. I'm not taking the plane ride there because it's going to be a miserable day. And I don't want to have a miserable day tomorrow. So as soon as I changed the flight at 5:30 in the morning, my headache went away. So I knew, I think for some reason, I knew today wasn't the day to fly. And we don't always know why. We just have to listen to our bodies. So I could have taken an Advil, but this is such a very good lesson in what happens when our bodies are trying to tell us something. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's have, there is another hot cacao. Here we go. I'm gonna have the hot mushroom with reishi mixed in here. Mushroom hot cacao mix with reishi. So these are so fun for travel. This is like, my bag is mostly made up of Chinese herbs. And it's nice they're in the packets that like security isn't gonna go, what is that powdered stuff in that clear bag that you have? They're packaged and closed. And so that's one thing I wanted to let you guys know. Okay, so if I had to pick one, you know I don't like to live without reishi. You know? I don't like to live without reishi, and I don't like to live without chaga. Those are the 2 I would say, like, gotta have. So I would get chill with reishi. It's called reishi mushroom elixir mix. And then chaga mushroom elixir mix. These would be my 2 basics. And then everything else, although I gotta say, having a little hot cacao. So actually, okay, let's do this. If you like cacao, then I would get, if you were getting a couple, I would get these 2 for sure. Chaga, mushroom, and then hot cacao with reishi. Those, like, you can't go wrong. And hot cacao with cordyceps. I love cordyceps. It's very lifting. Okay, that's good. You know, it's not like mine that it's mixed with all kinds of like cacao butter or coconut oil, but it's really good. Like, it's simple and to the point, and you get it done. Bye, Karen. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think a sore neck and tension is what led to my headache, and it just was like so bad. But here's the thing, I gave myself the day, now that I'm all, this is how I like to travel. I like to pack the day before, 2 days before, and then the day before I leave, it's like little details get done, little details of like moving things or straightening up things or tidying things, or maybe there's a couple of things I forgot. I usually have a list, and the day before I travel, it's just like a beautiful roaming day, doing some work, doing, do you think I should go with the reishi one mornings before yoga? Reishi is a heart lifter. I think reishi is wonderful before yoga. Absolutely. And if you weren't feeling like moving your body, then there would be nothing wrong with having Revive with cordyceps before it. So it really depends. These are dual directional herbs, so they aren't gonna like poorly affect you. They're gonna just like help your body do what it needs to. Do you know what I'm saying? This is like the motherload cuteness overload, right? It's just so cute. All these boxes and the tin, and I feel like I'm covered now. This beauty one is interesting. Acerola, which is a fruit. It's got a lot of vitamin C. Tremella schizandra, that's like an amazing one. Astragalus milk thistle. This one I would add to smoothies. This one's for the smoothies, or I would have some with my breakfast with coconut yogurt, bananas, blueberries, a little flax meal, and this. That's probably what I'm gonna have. Thank you, Creator, for these wonderful plants. It's so true. They're just here to really help us in this time. Like, I believe in them like I believe in raw food. In this time that we have so many toxins in our environment that we take in unwittingly, we need the raw food to help clean ourselves up. And these are the magic that help support our spleen, support our nervous system, lift our hearts, heal our bodies. Like, the mushrooms are, to me, magic, like just pure magic. That's why I feel like this is pure magic I have here. And this is very high quality and lovely. So I am, Jenna said to me, we were filming, go to jennazoe.com. We were talking and she's like, you could live on liquids, couldn't you? And I'm like, yes, I could. I do in the mornings. I have, you know, I'll have the ginger lemon tea and ginger lemon hot water, and then I'll have a tonic, and then I'll have a smoothie, then I'll have a juice, then I'll have a smoothie, and then there's dinner. Like, that's kind of how I like to live. So I really want to encourage all of us to, I know pain sucks, like a headache sucks, but it was kind of magic to find out that the headache was attributed to me doing something that my spleen, because I'm a splenic projector, was telling me, in human design, was telling me not to do. My spleen was telling me not to go today, and it got loud in the form of a headache. And who knows, like maybe we think it's because I needed to rest today, or the fact that my refrigerator started getting not cold over the past couple days. And at 4 o'clock I realized, oh my gosh, there's a guest coming to stay here, and the refrigerator, like for me, I wasn't keeping a lot of food. I was eating at Air One and getting some juices from Moon Juice, but I'm like, that refrigerator is on its way out. But here's the thing, I don't like to throw refrigerators away. Like, it's a big piece of thing that's going to end up in a landfill. So when it starts to conk out, I think it happens once a year, we defrost it, and then it usually perks up, and it's fine. It's kind of like giving yourself a reboot or a rest. So I give the refrigerator a rest. So at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, I realized, okay, I'm going to change my flight, and I better unplug that refrigerator to defrost it. So it's defrosting now, and it's a bit of a mess in the kitchen, but this day is dedicated to fixing that, resting, roaming, catching my breath, and then traveling in a peaceful manner. So while a generator might be able to go, right? Like, they could go all day and make plans at night and go the next morning. A projector can like do just so much, and then they have to rest. And if they don't rest, they're gonna get adrenal fatigue, or their hormones are gonna be out of whack. So I've had that experience, and so I was catching myself. I know, refrigerators are like, and they're only built to last like 7 years. Mine's longer than that. I'm proud of that because I defrost it. Most people will be like, oh, my refrigerator's broken, I better go get a new one. And I'm like, no, that's just crazy. So we'll see if this works. I'll know later. Yeah, they're big, bulky things, but we need them to keep our food cold. Although living in this area, it's really easy to go have your juice at Moon Juice, have a smoothie, go to Air One to eat, and then there's no fuss, no muss. You don't have to make food anymore in this neighborhood, which is really not how it was all those years ago when I was making all these raw food videos. For YouTube and for my lovies here. So do you guys want more food videos? probably next month I'll do some food videos. This month's gonna be juices and smoothies and very light salads. So, and certainly tonics. That's the one thing that stays. That's the one thing I always will do at home is the tonics, because they're like my food. Like, I don't feel the same without the tonic herbs, and I don't feel the same if we don't do our Tonic Tuesdays. So you love food videos. I know people might miss them. I can show my Delray Beach diet in Florida. I can do that. But the salad I make at night is so easy. You love the food videos. I'm sure you guys miss the food videos. So I think in July, we'll be having food. You will see, because I'm going to travel and I'm going to need to make food on the go. Okay, so we will do them. I'm glad you guys, I like to hear what you like, what you would like more of. I just simply haven't been making that much food here. You want to get rid of your fridge. What would you do without a fridge? Like, how would we survive without a fridge? If you didn't live here and have access to so many beautiful places to eat. My friend finally gave her up and survived as vegan, and she would keep things out on the window. Oh, just like keep the food, right, if you go vegan, it's so true, like you don't necessarily need celery, carrots. Do they need to go in the refrigerator? I mean, what's the deal with that? I usually think, oh, I need it for my vegetables. And could I live without coconut yogurt? Yeah, I guess I could. If you just have fruit and veggies on the counter, wouldn't that be dreamy? I need to have a refrigerator for my guests. I don't think they would understand. Not all of them would understand that, although most people who come here to visit are going out to eat and whatnot. There's one lady that's come back to my Airbnb. This will be her 4th time, and she makes beautiful food, and I know she cooks, and she loves being in my kitchen. So, yeah, no refrigerator. That's fascinating. It's a fascinating thought. Or maybe just a small one. Like, I want a small, tall, skinny one. I like the ones that are counter depth, and yet they're so much more expensive. It's so weird because everybody wants their refrigerator flush with their counter and not sticking out, but the ones that are flush are expensive. I'm gonna go get my, hold on one second. I wanna plug this in. Okay, I'm back. We're together. We're in. It's important to stay connected and juiced up. How's your energy, everybody? Okay, plug in. Okay, we're all good. Okay, so does anybody have any herb questions, tonic questions? A red yarrow plant? I have only tofu and a few leftovers in the fridge. Wow, I didn't know there was such a big movement for people to not like their fridges. That's awesome. And get maybe a small freezer. It seems like a big wasted energy box. The amount of space that I actually use is little now. I used to have a lot of vegetables in there when I was a private chef. Yeah, 1950s style refrigerators. The Smeg ones are so cute, but I heard they're not like reliable. Red arrow plant, okay. That's a question. You know what? I didn't use Dandy Blend today. I was keeping it simple, but I'd have to say yes. Yes, afternoon tonics, different kinds of tonics. The tonics that are in my tonics ebook that's going to come out, those have different flavors, but the beginning one, top of the morn, Robin, the beginning tonic usually has Dandy Blend, if not Dandy Blend and Cacao, John. I think for women issues, I'd have to say Romania is one, and they talk about Dong Quai. I would contact Jing Herbs, where you also get a discount, and ask them which ones are good for those things, because Dr. George is there formulating. Herbs for helping cellulite. I'm thinking astringent and lymph moving suggestions. For cellulite, I'd have to say give up coffee. Do like the scrubbing, like dry brushing helps. Dry brushing, high greens, no coffee. I guess you're not having cheeses and things. No cellulite. For helping the appearance of cellulite, let's put it that way. Many women have it, and you think they don't because they've been airbrushed, but many women have it. Not all women have it, and part of my daughter used to say, I have it, and she would be like, Mom, it makes you more beautiful and more womanly, which is so sweet. I've learned to just, love my body, and nobody's perfect. And I remember a long time ago seeing this woman with this long dark hair. She looked like she was Italian, and she was really tan. And I was with my friend Lisa at the time, and we had two little babies running around by the beach, and this woman just had this countenance about her. And her legs were kind of fuller figured, and she had cellulite, but she was tan, and the way she carried herself was so magnificent that it's just like, we have to just stop with the having to be perfect. I think that's the thing, we take our around the sun, we take some hits, we take some scars, we get some cellulite, we get some wrinkles, and so what? Like, okay, but of course we want to take care of our bodies, and we want to move our limbs. So we're going to rebound, we're going to dry brush. These are both things I'm going to do today. Thank you for the reminder. And we just say, okay, like, I'm going to love me. But sea salt scrub, that sounds delicious. Sprouts are very good. Oh, have you used the fascia blaster? Wow, I was wondering about that. So there's this lady that came up with this. Megan, that's so good to know. I was wondering about that. Okay, we can all get the fascia blaster. And it's taken time. How long did it take time? I was gone. That's so exciting. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, couscous massage in the shower. Wow. Does that clog up the shower drain, Robin? Robin's good with skin. Robin has Kindry skincare. So go to Robin's page, follow her, buy the Kindry skincare. You use Darafied. I think Darafied is the coupon code. 1 year of bruising. I'll take a little bruising to get a little less cellulite. I do drink, yeah, Darafied is the coupon code for Robin Skincare, and you can ask her skin questions. That's amazing. I'm happy to hear that you did it every day for a year. That's beautiful dedication, and I love it. And I'll consider that. Oh, a strainer thingy in the shower. Okay, so there's a strainer in the shower that catches the quinoa. And quinoa and what, Robin? Yeah, I feel like that will help blood circulation and help move the lymph. That sounds great. Wow, the fascia blaster. Cool. Gatu cola. I never heard that. I've heard that giving up coffee helps your cellulite. So, yeah, what do you use with the couscous, Robin? I missed that. So we're talking about cellulite, we're talking about natural remedies to get rid of ailments, and that's a good thing. Obviously, walking and moving the body and jumping up and down and helping the lymph. And yeah, I love how we can all help each other. I think John G asked me something. Did I answer it? If anybody has any other questions. Such a peaceful day. I'm not in a hurry, thank goodness. I'm going to sort out the refrigerator. Some things will be tossed. I'm not that familiar with fibromyalgia pain, so if somebody here wants to jump in, I'm guessing it's an inflammatory situation, and so the anti-inflammatory wonders like turmeric with black pepper. Aw, that's so nice of you to share that. Hazelnut oil with couscous is probably smoother. I love that. Okay, that's it. What herbal tea? Dare to. Okay, thank you. The herbal tea and CBD oil. Okay, so for herbal tea, Oh, John, my creamy hibiscus tonic is so good, right? Thank you. It's all about accepting our bodies as they change and loving the change. And I will tell you, oh, someone asked how Patrick was. He's doing great. He loves my body. And my body is not perfect. And he loves my body. He thinks it's beautiful. And that's really what we need is love. Adrenal fatigue. I should be writing down the questions. I got to go back. Hold on. I think adrenal fatigue is the next time video, although I will say that you must reduce stressors and you must get rest. Yeah, walking will do it, Liz. Walking will help get rid of cellulite. I will talk about adrenal fatigue. CBD is a godsend for fibromyalgia. That's wonderful. Is my favorite herbal teas, Nastasha. Thank you for your patience. Nettle, love to make a nettle tea. Love my oat straw tea. Love chickweed. I've been getting chickweed tonic at Simples. So it's nettle, chickweed, tulsi, oat straw, and horsetail. Those are my favorites. My friend and I will many times remind each other in times of strife to Dara about it. Let it roll off. Thank you, Robin. That's nice. It's kind of like I really don't sweat the small stuff. That's why the inspector, the fact that it got to me yesterday was a bummer because just like whatever, Angel's up there, my mom's going to help. It's all going to work out and it will be done one day. And she would always say to me, my mom would always say, bad things happen to people, Dara. This isn't one of them. So we have to remember that with these little things that upset us is that we have to remember that are they really bad? Like how bad is it? So okay, so Lacey had adrenal fatigue. It took a lot of sleep. It's a lot of rest. It's a lot of sleep. It's catching up. And it's not the coffee. And it's not being who you aren't. It's about being who you are and saying no to things, right? What would Dara do? I love that, honey. What would Dara do? Sunshine, get outside, walk, move your body, find a pretty flower, find some kind of joy outside, out of your box. Oh gosh, the symptoms of adrenal fatigue, they're just like, it feels like chronic fatigue where you're just like, it's hard to move throughout the day. It's exhausting. You're exhausted. You're just, it's hard to push through. It's awful. And I pushed through because I had a child. You can't not keep going. Dr. Sadeghi was like, amazing. He's like, you're such a strong person because when he first discovered, when I first met him and he felt my pulse and he's like, I think you have adrenal fatigue. And he did a blood test and the lab, he said the lab was like, why isn't she in the hospital? That kind of thing. Like what? Anytime something stressful happens, you feel drained. Like it's kind of like this weak link. And that's why I say stress is, rest is important and stress is so detrimental to our health. Stress is the thing that will take us down even if we're eating the best diet in the world. So good diet is important. Yeah, strength of a mother is like none other. It's so true. So it's remembering that you can heal yourself, right? Laughter and sun and some body movement, but going slow and giving yourself a lot more. A lot of projectors get adrenal fatigue, Jenna said, because they're trying to act like generators. We're trying to act in this world where we're told it's all about the hustle. For some of us, the non-energy types in human design, it is not all about the hustle. So go to jennazoe.com to learn about human design. And, some people can hustle, and they're not going to get adrenal fatigue. And others of us have to learn how to manage our lives so that we're healthy and happy and productive in the ways that work according to our design. So projectors cannot be all about the hustle. And yesterday happened to be a very big day. I rallied. 2 days before that, I filmed with Jenna, which was uplifting, but it's definitely like we did things for more than 2 or 3 hours a day. And then the next day was filled, and it was like, okay, I need today to rest. So we have to know when to do that. My mother would want changes. Very difficult to watch. The cancer took your mom 66. Yes, merci. You're welcome, de rien. Like we got in more knowledge than us. May they use it and grow it. But we know that we can heal ourselves with whole foods. If we are any kind of sick, then we eat even cleaner, right? When we have dis-ease, we take a look at our emotional system, like our emotional waste system that Dr. Sadeghi talks about in the Clarity Cleanse. And it's something I do naturally. Like when I have a headache and someone's like, take Advil, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna, like, I'll suffer it out for hours and hours, because like last night, it got to the point where I was like, I'm not traveling. And then the minute that I'm not traveling today, it like relieved itself. So I'm like, aha, that's what it was. If I had made that decision hours before, I would have suffered a lot less. So it's important to let our bodies talk, not suppress the symptoms, because our bodies are this incredible gauge to tell us what may be going on inside or emotionally. You're a project after radiation fatigue. Yeah, that's something that you just need to heal after that. So I love you guys. I hope I'm gonna take all of these. So you're gonna see you're gonna see me making tonics. I wonder how many I need for like a 3-week go away. I guess how many are in here? 10. So I'm gonna have 2 tonics a day. And I'm sure I'm gonna share. So we figure 3 packets a day. How many boxes? You guys do the math for me. Let's see what we got. Travel safe. You'll be seeing me travel. I'll share. Be with me on Instagram and Live with Dara Dubonnet on Facebook. You can add these to smoothies with nut milk, coconut oil blended. Yeah. So I'm gonna take, I think, all of them and have a tonic party. And I love you guys. I'm so glad we get to do Tonic Tuesdays together. It's so nice to see you, Holly Marie. Remember, you can join Live with Dara Dubonnet on Facebook. It's free. And you can join More with Dara if you want to be part of that membership community. You can join via daradubonnet.com. And if you need my any intuitive sessions, I'm available via FaceTime or Skype. That's something that's available now on my website, and people are loving it. And I did a video with Jenna where we explained what that means, what it is, and what I do. So I'm sending so much love to you, Sassy Little Frassy. Such a cute name. Hey, Susan Joe. So we just have to love. That's the biggest. Ourselves means resting. Loving ourselves means listening to the signals that our body's flaring out with. Like, whatever it is, whatever the flare up is a sign to think about it. Slow down, move in a different direction, get away from somebody, do a different job. These are the things I'm helping people with in the intuitive sessions. So, in feng shui, of course, be mindful of your home. I'm gonna go sort out the refrigerator section over there and take joy and pride in, like, what otherwise could be an annoying yucko job. I could be like, well, this is an opportunity to clean out the fridge and only have what's essential. And then it's like I look at it, I think in the what would Dara do scenario, you can use this when something happens that could be perceived as annoying. Like the inspector coming and I had to move the furniture to look like the garage was storage instead of a studio. I was like, well, it made me move energy, and it made me realize that maybe there is a little bit too much furniture in here and I could dial it down a little. Like, I look at it as an opportunity for an energetic reboot, for energy correction in an area that would have stayed stagnant. So the refrigerator is the same thing. If you have to defrost it and empty it, you're gonna have only the essentials that you're gonna put in your teeny little refrigerator in your studio, or you're gonna have a whole reboot and everything's gonna be fresh. So I'm all about that. I'm all about seeing the upside to what could be perceived as a downside, because there's always an upside. It may not seem it. It's weird. I have this ability to see it like this, And then I have to remind myself to go through the proper emotions, because there are things like when something weird or strange or not it to your liking happens, I automatically go, well, okay, this is good because of this. And then we want to remember that there's some stuff that happens to follow up. Like it might bring up some anger, and that's okay, some sadness. And then you just go, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I might be feeling alone, or oh my gosh, like whatever it is. And then you go, okay, and then you carry on. But to ignore or numb these things that come up, it doesn't make them go away. It makes them stay, but they're just suppressed. And when we suppress, we get depressed. So I don't know what Vegan Adventure needs to do. Somebody fill me in. Liz, I've been changing jobs for 10 years, and they all end up the same way, me leaving for my health. And Vegan Adventure, are you in human design? As I was talking to this lovely young woman, and she could get the perfect job, but she took this job without realizing the nature of the owner, and it wasn't a match for her, and it made her feel very bad. Yeah, you sit now and sift through. Opposite what most people do. They do the numbing. Most people grab for the drink or the blah, 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 or the coffee, or if they're sad and blue, they get the coffee. If they're anxious, they get the alcohol. If they can't sleep, they get the sleeping pill. If they've got a headache, they get the headache pill. And then that ends up affecting your organs. And then somebody somewhere is going to recommend something for high cholesterol and something for high blood pressure. And then you're on a cocktail of medicines, which is none of us are going to hopefully do that. But that's not what we want to do. I'm not saying that there's not a time and place. If you're in incredible pain, take pain medication. Like, I'm not saying that we should sit and suffer needlessly, but for random body situational things, it's better to address it. I really do believe that. Your healthiest is when you're always out of work. You might be a reflector or a projector, or a manifester. Would be hard. Manifestors, it's hard for people to work for them to work for other people. They got to be boss. Projectors shouldn't work more than 3 to 4 hours a day. They could get taxed. Reflectors are their own, like I was hearing Jenna talk about reflectors, and they're their own, like they're going to pick up whatever's around them. So it would be incredibly different unless you're a manifestor. It would be hard because you have vision, and working for somebody else's vision, it would be hard. Plus, you don't have consistent all the time energy. Right, kindness matters. Being a registered nurse, working in a hospital, of course you wouldn't always agree, because it's not about the healing food. It's not about fresh air and sunlight. It's fluorescent lights and weird food, weird white food in little containers that's not organic. So it would not be great. I would say yes, try self-employed work for yourself if you're a manifestor, or be a consultant. No opiates handed out like candy here in southern Alberta. Huge issues on the reservations. I'm sure it's just being handed out like candy, and people believe, oh, that's Western and they know what they're talking about, and I'm going to take it. So that would be hard to be around and to see. We got to spread the message in a kind and understandable way. But to me, it's all about the greens and about the fruits and about the whole food, right? Like, you won't need that stuff. You need some deconditioning, but if your family and your relatives have done it, then I would talk to them. And because that's in your bones and in your blood and your history, that you know how to do it. My mom always worked for herself. Not always, but when she was happiest, she did, and all growing up she did. So she taught me how to do that. I've tried to work for other people, and it was borderline disaster. So I always worked for myself, whether it was painting murals or making jewelry, or I was an independent contractor as a real estate agent, or I did that in New York City. I really always worked for myself for the large majority of my life, because I always just knew I couldn't work for other people. I would say I'm a terrible employee. I'm a great boss, like I'm a great director, but not the best employee. I'm not the worker. don't keep up with them. That's it. You got to hold your ground. Like, I know it's tough. It makes you feel like lazy or tired, or why can't I do as much? I was married to a generator and it was exhausting. Like, I kind of liked when he would go do his own thing. And when he'd come in, my hands would hold the table like, okay, what now? It was like, always go, 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 go. And he didn't understand the needing to rest. Like, he just didn't get it. I like that. Do snow removal. Do your own thing on your own time. Please, 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 vegan adventure. Have your own business. Yeah, it makes you lazy, and I'm here to tell you you're not lazy. I'm here to tell you that your magic can happen when you take care of yourself. It's a different kind of success, and the only way to know it is to do it and to practice it, even in the face of resistance to it. And what a good thing to do is take Jenna's video on projectors and have them listen to it. And they will get it. You know, maybe coming from you, it might not sound the same, but coming from a pro like Jenna, a love, it might. And to show that I'm that way too. Like, look, Dara is. Like, show examples. The worker bee is needy for recognition and highly distracted so as not to feel. Interesting. Have confidence in yourself and just know this is it. This is how I am. It just kind of makes you feel, it's understandable. Jenna calls it FOMO, where we wish, like fear of missing out. We wish we could go like them. We wish we could be, you know, that kind of energy, but we have different beautiful qualities. We know things, we see things, efficient ways of doing things. We make great consultants, great guides. I'm sure they benefit from your knowledge. I hope they do. I hope they see that you know things. And so we have other gifts. So big hugs, everybody, on that note. Know yourself, know your needs, listen to your body, have some tonics, get Force-Matic, Dara coupon code, and I'm gonna see you guys super soon. Bye. We'll see you on the road.